Welcome to your favorite business podcast. This is Pivot Point, where we get to talk all issues to do with entrepreneurship. Today is a very special edition because we are joined by Wisrod Group, and we were together during the duration of the Zimbabwe Agricultural Show. But we just felt it's important for us to have a little bit of a different discussion today on set. And I'm joined once again by Mr. Nyakanyanga Nimrod. Yeah.
Thank you, Rumbi.
Long surname just like mine. Mashaya Hanya.
Thank you, Rumbi, and also thank you for calling me Mr. again.
Yeah, yes. So apparently I've picked up on a few things. In the world of entrepreneurship, the title Mr. is rarely used.
Because it's unnecessary. It doesn't add any real value.
Okay.
Yeah, so you call me Nimrod, you call me, I don't really mind. It doesn't change anything in me.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm okay being called Nimrod.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one of the things that really interests me is the genesis story of Wizrod. We had a conversation during the agricultural show with the co-founder and your longtime friend, Mr. Madafi, Lewis. Let me say, since we are now going by first names, when we had the conversation with Lewis, he told me a little bit about the genesis story, the startup, the failures, the rebound. Just share with us a little bit more around those issues. How was the beginning? There are other entrepreneurs who want to know.
Well, like I've always said, the genesis is a story that will take maybe a couple of hours, maybe a day to talk through that. But I'll try to, as usual, summarize it as much as I can. So how it started was just a chance meeting. With me and Louis, we're both living in the diaspora, but then we met in Harare. Right. And we started talking about that time around 2011, the economy was very bad. It was actually recovering from the
2008.
Yes, the hyperinflation era. So we were talking about what do we need to do, what can we just watch? That was the question. Can we just watch? And then we decided to do something about it. We decided to play our part. And we said, how do we participate? How do we help our country? How do we help, how do I play a small part in the economy? And then we talked about certain areas, yeah. And the informal sector kept on cropping up because the country now was largely informal. Yeah. And the financial services that was existing then was not well equipped to support that informal sector. Okay. And then we said, where do we start? We said, okay, maybe let's be simple about this. What is it that we need to solve? What is the problem that we need to solve? Lack of access to capital. Who is the most affected? And the fruit and vegetable vendor kept on coming up all the time. It kept on coming up all the times. Then we put together a few of our savings, and we went to Unit L, and we trialed the concept. The concept worked very well on paper and in reality. But what we didn't fix is the administrative part of the business, which then resulted in us losing all the money that we had put in. So
before you proceed, allow me to interject. What was the feeling after having invested your savings and losing it all?
Well, at first, when we discovered, because it took us a bit of time to discover that the money is gone, it's not there anymore. So at first, we laughed, disbelief. And then we said, okay, so are we going back to work again, or what do we do? Then we looked around. Yeah, because we had so much faith in the project itself, the business concept itself. So we went out, we looked for some money, we got some 30 odd grant from some old friend of ours. And then we put in the 30 grand, and then we changed a whole lot of things, especially around the administrative issues and so on. Because that time, the mistake that we did was we were trusting the people that we were working with instead of trusting our processes and our systems.
So it's about trusting the process and the system.
Yes.
To ensure that things are delivered.
Yes, because if you're not careful, people always let down people when you are least expecting it. Yeah, so we sat down, and when we actually realized that, we all laughed, said, but this is basic. I'm a qualified accountant. Luis is a well-seasoned internal auditor. So we said, how did we miss this point from the beginning? So said, okay, fine, lesson learned. So we sorted out our systems, we sorted out the procedures and actually reduced them to writing. And then started proper training of our staff, proper recruitment of our staff, and then we started rolling, and actually it becomes good. We added from Chitungwiza, we added Mutare, we added Rusape, and then
it grew.
It grew, and because we'd established a strong rapport with our clients, the fruit and vegetable vendors, whom we always call our business partners. To us, they are clients, yes, but for us, they are business partners. Our success depends on their success, right? So, and then we grow. Now we're talking about 58 branches. The company is big. We've got loads of youngsters and other people who actually joined when they were boys and girls who are now fathers and mothers.
I've seen a few faces. I've had a few stories from from the team, and they've even given their own testimony. I remember earlier last week, we had a conversation with Tandiwe, and she was telling us about the social mobility movement, which is something I want us to talk about. You had a business idea you discussed with a friend, moved it from just discussion into something that's on paper. And now you're moving it from a small business, transforming and growing the idea. What were some of the checks and balances that you had to face as a business person? And with regards to mentorship, who was your mentor during this process?
Who was my mentor? I didn't have a mentor.
You were trying out.
Yeah, we were just trying out. But I had contact with a number of people from different backgrounds. I had worked quite a lot in financial services. I'd worked quite a lot in international development. So I spent more than 10 years in international development. So in international development, you meet a lot of people of different backgrounds. So from all those, I learned quite a lot. Because as a trained accountant, I had two major weaknesses, which I realized later on as I was growing up professionally. One, my communication skills was poor, emotional intelligence was poor, because those are things that we never focus on when we are being trained. Yeah.
And those are the soft skills that actually push businesses to the next level.
Precisely.
At what stage did you then develop these soft skills?
So it's not about develop, it's about realizing that you don't have them. And then making a conscious effort to retrain your mind so that you acquire these soft skills. So the realization, it happened to me probably when I was 15 years into working. It took me quite some bit of time, unfortunately.
But it's of benefit today.
But then the moment I realized that I invested personal resources to overcome those shortcomings. So I invested quite a lot of time and effort, quite a lot of personal money in trainings, learning from people, begging people, just sit with them and talk to them for a couple of hours.
Okay. One thing I'm picking up, it's really important for an entrepreneur to have a strong network or a high value network. How do we, or how do I as an individual tap into that? Because I feel sometimes these are the gaps that entrepreneurs are not aware of.
Yeah.
How do I start tapping into a high value network?
Yeah. So the starting point is, it's not just about high value networks. What type of people do you want to be associated, or do you want to network with? So you identify that, yeah, and then you can now, you need to stop being timid. You need to be bold, and you shouldn't be scared to talk to people, yeah, and don't be easily disappointed, because some people brush you off. If you don't have anything to offer to them, some will say, what's the point? Why should I talk to you? Yeah, you see. But you need to be persistent. But in terms of the value of networking, it's so important. That's why we were quickly able to raise the 30 grand that I was talking about in a short space of time. It took us about a couple of weeks for us to get to speak to a couple of people, and then this guy said, look, this is what has happened to me, this is the idea, this is the concept, these are my cash flows, projections, and so on. And he said, okay, I will trust you, here's the money. Yeah,
The trust currency.
yes. And today we are still forever grateful that that gentleman, I don't want to mention his name, that gentleman had the trust in us and gave us the lifeline that we desperately needed. Yeah, so the value of networking, it cannot be underestimated. It's something that is huge. It's proper currency that you can cash on, like just what we did. Yeah.
It's very beautiful the way you're chronicling the story. On the local scene, we've seen you investing money, failing, reinvesting, getting an angel investor in the business, and it has taken off. Let's talk about regional growth. Where is Wizrod going from Zimbabwe? Where next?
We have always wanted to go outside Zim, because Zim is our comfort zone. So we have gone to Malawi. We made a number of mistakes. We came back, we've sat down, re-strategized, and we have come up with a strategic viewpoint that we need to go out again. Yeah. So we have bandied around ideas of where do we go. So the first step is we want to go into the COMESA region, okay, where we have one country in particular that we have got a deal that we are actively pursuing. I shall not name it.
But we know it's within COMESA.
Yes.
And I think it's quite strategic because we're also talking about the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement.
Yes.
And you're coming in and you're proffering solutions to people who want to be in business within the region.
Yes.
And tell me more about the region, because that's where, I think that's where the money is.
Yeah, if you look at the COMESA region, the opportunities are huge. There are a lot of ideas that are not funded. Yeah. It's a question of just identifying the idea that solves the most painful problem that people are facing, and see how you can run with it. But if you look at Mozambique, it's a huge market. Yeah. And well, I can't say untapped, but it's got a lot of potential. Yeah. Look at Uganda, for example. It's another huge market. Look at Tanzania. It's another huge market. So the potential is there. If you just need to be brave.
By being brave, you're saying you just need to take a risk.
Yeah, because when we started off, when we were trying to explain to this friend of ours, he is in man transfer. So he asked us, you guys, what exactly do you do? So we explained it to him. Then he said, I think you guys, you are either stupid or you are either brave. And then we just said, maybe both.
You need a mix of both
Maybe
to
both.
make it work. Yeah.
Maybe both. So that is remained a joke between me and Luis about brave and stupid.
Yes.
But anyway, you need to be brave. You need to understand the market. You need to be clear in your head the problem that you want to solve and how you want to solve it. So you need that clarity. And for us in our group, we're very clear on what we want to do and how we want to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
That's why we're even talking about, in our long-term plans, we are even thinking about going outside Comesa, where maybe, we don't know, but what we have been talking about a lot is Latin America, another huge potential market. So those are the growth plans.
wow. So we've talked about going regional. You've talked about looking at the low-hanging fruits presented by Comesa, and you've pointed out the Latin America market, which is also vibrant and something that you can tap into. Maybe as we are concluding, this is definitely not a conversation for just a few minutes, but I just want you to share a nugget of knowledge around issues to do with creating unique brands that stand out in a market that is so diverse and saturated with many other products that
like I keep on saying, identify a problem, proffer a solution to the problem, and then build your brand around that. We started off with vendors because nobody had been there. We actually the market leaders there. Yeah, everybody who is there now was following us. They watched our success in that market. So we have got the first move advantage in that market. And then we have built our brand around that. Although now we've got more products, a lot of different products that now cater for different segments of the population, which is not vendors only. We've got SMEs, we've got tourist operators, we've got farmers, and so on. But the brand itself, for it to be recognizable, it was built around finding a solution for lack of funding for the lower end of the market, the marginalized people, those that don't have access to funding, and yet they are actually have got a potential of servicing some of these loans and so on. Huge potential for that matter. And even now as we speak, the vendors, they have got quite a significant market, a significant share of our loan portfolio. So they are part of a size. They've got a sizable portion of our portfolio. Yeah.
That's powerful. You have not only built a family, you have created a movement as Wisrod Group, and we still see more growth in terms of diversity as a portfolio, and it's quite exciting. But maybe before we go off,
Yeah.
one fun moment that you have had, a memorable moment with the team at Wizrod as you're growing over the years. Just one. I know what there are lots of them.
Lots of them. We always have fun when we meet. Like before, when I was still involved in the day-to-day operations of the company, we always used to have Christmas parties. So Louis would go in that direction, I'll go in a different direction, and then we put people together and we just sit down, relax, drink, laugh, and yeah. So there's so many moments of that. I can't pinpoint one.
But are we guaranteed of a Christmas party this year?
I don't know. I'm not in management anymore.
So, management, please organize something for us. But it's been an exciting discussion that we have had, and we look forward to seeing you going into the region. We look forward to the exciting times ahead, the work that you're going to be doing with Zimtrade, and the work you're also going to be doing to ensure that you play your part in being of essence to Zimbabwe's innovation and business growth in the country.
Thank you, Rumbi. We still have got quite a long way to go in terms of making a significant contribution to our Zimbabwean economy, to our African economy, to our international economy. So thank you. We need all the luck and the best wishes.
Thank you so much. And there you have it. Pivot Point today has been enjoying this beautiful conversation sponsored by Wisrod Group, your number one stop shop for all your financial needs. If you need anything, you can find them at Nico's Diamond House in Harare. And you can go there for school fees loans, asset loans, micro housing loans, anything that you can think of if you want to be part of the social mobility movement. Pivot and out.